Hey everyone, it's Luke here, and I wanted to share with you quickly about ChatGPT. This thing is insane. So it's basically we're seeing right before our eyes a revolution in AI technology, and now you can try it with your own hands. So I just experimented with a chatbot that wasn't just having a very intellectual conversation with me, but was literally working alongside me to disprove a mathematical theorem and writing Python code with me, expanding on my own code. So this is literally insane. I had no idea that the AI tech was this advanced, and I haven't even I've just been doing this for an hour, and I haven't even gotten to the bottom of how smart it is. I feel like there's very hard problems that it could literally solve. So anyway, let me just show you what happened because uh it's gonna blow your mind, and I'll explain like what it was that it did, and I'll show you the conversation itself. So I'm showing you my screen, and I'll just walk you through the conversation. By the way, if you want to get a little more context about um, the Collatz theorem that we're working on, I did another video. I'll put it in the description. Um, but let's look at the conversation I just had with the Chat GPT bot. All right, I said, hey, what do you think about the 3n plus 1 problem? It explained what is the problem. Okay. I asked if it ever tried to prove it. It said it hasn't tried. It's unsolved. I said, so try it. It said, no, I can't. I'm not smart enough. But I can give you recommendations. So I said, okay, give me advice because I'm trying to prove it wrong by experimentation. It said, go ahead. I said, all right, can you read my Python code and help me make it faster? It said, sure, give me a link or give me the code. I said, here's the code. It said, your code can be optimized by doing XYZ. And it's right. Okay. But so then I said, but then I disagreed with one of the statements that it made. So I asked it. Um, but I asked it in a really intuitive way I didn't ask it directly. I said, I need the loop to finish the Collatz process. It's a loop where you see if it converges to one. So it really needs to have context to be able to respond because I made a statement here, but I'm actually asking a question. But you only know that in the context of the whole conversation. And it picked that out perfectly. It said, yes, you're correct. But it proved its point to me. It made the right argument. So I said, can you suggest a better version? It said, yeah. It gave me the new code. Based on what I wrote, it gave me new code. This code literally runs in Python. And I said, thanks, can we make it a little more advanced? I was hoping you could use mathematical theory to help me exclude certain numbers. I put this function into a loop and tried it a million times. But can I skip some numbers to have a greater chance of disproving Collatz? It said, yes, you can. And here are some ways. So I said, okay, which numbers can I skip? It told me specifically what numbers I could skip. And then I said, can you expand my code to make it skip those numbers? It said, sure, here's your new code. And I said, keep going. You talked about 2x and 3x. So what's amazing about this is not just the mathematical and the coding proficiency, but the conversational. Because it said before that you can, I'm just scrolling. You can exclude certain numbers, like numbers divisible by 2 and 3. But then when I asked it to do it, I said, keep going. You talked about 2x and 3x. I'm using really advanced conversational style, and it's keeping up. In addition to large numbers, you can do 2x and 3x. And I said, yeah, keep improving the code, please. It knew. It said, here's a version that skips certain numbers like powers of 2 and 3. I kept asking it, what numbers can I skip? It said, you can skip all this. Um, and then I asked it another hard question. So, it's just mind blowing what it just did with me. Basically, this Chat GPT just partnered with me, wrote code alongside me, and helped me solve a hard problem. And I didn't have to spend any time explaining myself, and I could talk completely in the style that I'm used to. So, yeah, the level of intelligence is ridiculous. It's funny how everyone has been talking about how AI is going to change the world, AI is going to change the world, but Siri is stupid as heck, right? But ChatGPT is super smart, and they talked about how AI is on an exponential curve, and they've talked about how when you start to see it starting to reach human intelligence, which is where it is, it's about to explode. And I think we're living in that time. Like, we're talking about a complete revolution, like any of the greatest disruptive technological advancements in the history of humankind. This could possibly far overshadow them all. So anyway, I thought I'd just share some early evidence of that, and love to hear about any comments or any ways you played with the Chat GPT, any ways it helped you with your life. Like, this thing can solve hard problems. You can ask it for personal advice; it will actually answer you. So enjoy.